Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Wednesday, the 15th of July. Man, already halfway through July. Jeez, and the days are getting shorter. I think today is the last day for us up here in Toledo to have a 9 p.m. in the 9 p.m. hour anyway, sunset. Vancouver's, geez, I think they've lost 5 or 7 minutes since then. I don't know what their sunset is. I think last Friday was their 9 o'clock. So from today will be the last day that you'll see anything in 9 p.m. sunset. And it gets to that point, it just rapidly decreases. I hear they're working at overturning and keeping daylight savings time all the time. So it's kind of working its way through. That'd be cool. I've always wondered, that was a farmer's thing. And it would be nice for it not to get dark so early. We'd sure be going to work probably in the dark in the morning, but that's all right too. But anyway, that'd be nice not having to switch the clocks back and forth all the time. I'd be all down for that. So it was 45 this morning, and it's 62 at the moment here. 82 is the predicted high. These things are important for motorcycle people. Even though I'm not riding a motorcycle to work, I still, how we are. We focus on temperature all the time. Well, let's roll. 69 degrees here in Van Chulo, Mama. Predicting 84. That's the same temperature.
Hotter than you.
Yeah.
It would still be hotter than what they say.
I think that's about what was it, 82 in Toledo, whatever. It's in the 80s. It'll be warm.
It'd be hot.
Yep. Well, Mama,
It's hot.
made it to that hump day in the week.
We did. Just gotta get on the other
Yeah,
side.
get on the other side. The weekend will be upon us. So let's go in there and get this hump day rolling.
All right. Sounds like
Get
a
over the
plan.
hump.
Yeah, get over the hump and get to the other side.
All right, Mama.
All
Have yourself a wonderful day there.
You too, sweetheart.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Boy, they say it's supposed to rain tomorrow. And, that's looking kind of close right there. With this heat and stuff, that ought to kick off some thunderstorms, I would think. Made it up to its 84 degree predicted high. I think that's what it was saying this morning. That's what it's been saying most of the day. I think it said 86 this morning. I think it was 84. I think it was 82, and I don't know. I've been running around since then. Hopped up a little Volkswagen down there with a little roof rack and stuff on there. That's cool. So I spent some time getting folks hooked up with their phones and their new spiders, and based on what the Tech Line guy told me, I did some tests on this thing. He was concerned that I would find some melted wires up by the cluster. He was asking if wanted to know what kind of battery he had in there, and wanted to know if there's any way he could have hooked it up backwards. Well, the cables are just, and even though they fit, they barely fit to get on here. But it's got holes on both sides. If the guy mistakenly tried going this direction the first time, that would have been backwards. Because the Tech Line guy was really concerned about all the faults in the way they're triggering off, and they can apparently see more than us, and they can see that the combi is one of the first things, and the fact that everything was fine until he swapped the battery. That's still that donor battery that's in there. I was looking to see where his power source was coming from for all his sling mod stuff there, and It's got some little adapter there. We don't think that's the deal. But I mean, it's got a battery relay, but does it have a battery fuse? I mean, usually there's a fuse by the starter relay that if you hook a battery up backwards, it immediately goes whack. So I don't know. Maybe these things are wired up in a less than safe way or something, or safe for the bike. But like I say, that positive wire where it comes up, there's just enough room to get that thing on. Then the positive, I mean, you could almost put a positive on the top, but you never get that if you put the battery in upside down. And this is a L series, I think, battery, which means the polarity is a certain 14L. At the I'm assuming it means the ground's on the left. But if it doesn't have the L, the polarity of the battery is backwards. So, not any idea how I done it, but somehow or another I turned the recording off. I mean, the way I'm holding this thing, there's no way I can do it. I don't know if it did it by itself. But anyway, geez. So that new mic adapter, it's funny, I even added that to the thing in the video there, that old waterlogged DJI Mic Mini receiver had the last word there. As soon as we turned off the freeway, I clicked the camera back on, so from the freeway exit all the way to the store, I had it on. And as you seen, we pulled in here, it was picking up the outboard or the inboard mics off of the camera. And so I noticed when I put the new one in there, I thought something was wrong. I mean, I had to, what the heck, and I had to double check. The new USB adapter goes into the camera much stiffer, so it's a tighter fit. So that may have been an ongoing issue or something. I don't know how old those mics are. I think a year or so old when they came out, because I got them when they first came out. But anyway, yeah, no problems going back home at all. And I mean, it was crazy windy. I purposely filmed when we were going by the Columbia River out there because it was so windy. But anyway, we'll wrap the day up here. Geez, I talked all about this thing. I don't know how much I talked about that I don't have. And I don't have time to go back and do it because, I mean, literally it's time to roll. So we're going to bounce. What in the world, Sasha? She's gimping on her foot again. Just get her in the spot where she'll go. Come on, let's go. Come on, Sasha, go. Watch. It's the right foot still, it appears. Probably running around, re-injured herself. What a goof. So, I uploaded, geez, I lost probably 10 minutes worth of stuff. And I know what was doing it because I was recording something non-vlog wise, and beep, 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 that Lightning Pro went off. As soon as that Lightning Pro went off, boom, it stopped. So, come on. And that thing went off, and I was even saying to the camera, I said, man, that had to be loud on the recording. Well, that's about the time that thing went off. So I watched that clip before it went out. I was talking about the Ryker, and that was it. I've never had an app make an alarm. Maybe the sound, because it's loud. I don't know why that thing's so loud, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's 79 degrees out here now. Nice and cool. You can see, well, count with this. All off by Mount St. Helens is just nasty looking. That's where all the lightning strikes are coming from. Because when you get, I've got it set for a 50-mile radius. Because as a bird flies, that pretty much goes from here to work. As a crow flies. And so everything within 50 miles I get, but straight out there, I'm using the Osmo Nano from DJI. I can't zoom it. And it has by default a fairly wide lens. Things look a long ways away, but it's so nice to just kind of hold it between a couple of fingers and walk along and do my vlogs. Then when I'm not recording, I just slip it in my pocket and something pops up, bring the camera out. But yeah, that it's crazy the difference in that mic adapter. I'm wondering if DJI, if that wasn't a problem, because I pulled the old one out. I remember yesterday I threw the old one in the case and put the whole new receiver and USB adapter. I just leave it on it. So anyway, I thought something's wrong because I had a hard time getting it in the camera. I mean, you got to be very precise and slide it in there, but it is very stout when it's on there. So I go, that's really weird. So I pulled it out and I grabbed the little adapter that off the old one and slid it in there way looser. So I'm looking, I go, did I whack that thing and bend it or damage it in some way? Nope. It's just a loose fit, a looser fit. Oh, USB-C is pretty much USB-C, but I'm telling you, so I stuck that thing in my phone, and it was very tight going in the phone. You know how Apple is, everything's at exacting tolerances, and yeah, it's really tight going in the phone. So when you use one of those, you need to make sure you're very deliberate and going straight in. But whatever, the thing worked flawlessly on the way home. I think I mentioned we're in the crazy wind, and it's just like pounding us. We're around cars and stuff and trucks, or just tumbling the air, so it's just battering you going down the road. And I can sitting there looking at the mic, and I can see when it cuts out, but usually it cuts out when I'm not paying attention. Imagine that. But you hear you pointing. But it all worked out. $45. And I'm pretty sure it was like $59.95 to buy one of the mics. I think they're cheaper than that now, but yeah, I got the whole mic kit with the charge cable, little charge base, and everything for $45 from Amazon. It's crazy. So I added a couple more magnets, and I got that roll of gaffing tape or gaffer tape. That's great for like putting those magnets in. It's amazing how strong it adheres, but yet you can reach in there and just pull it right off. Leaves no residue, nothing. Crazy. Works really, really good. So I left that roll at work, and I've got another roll. It was a much bigger one, but unfortunately it's wider. It's like 3 inches. But you just peel what you need off the roll and cut it lengthwise. And I was going to show you guys today. I was going to pull the mics out and show you the difference between the receiver with the Mic 3 and the receiver for the Mic Mini, which is also the Mini 2, but the Mini 2S looks exactly the same, except for you can natively hook up 4 mics to it. So one of the things I wanted to do is have a third mic. I was pretty sure I could do that. It's got to be, I was just thinking about the Mic 3. And no, you can only have 2 mics connected to the Mic Mini receiver at any point. And well, you can only put 2 to the camera, but if the receiver allows you to get more, you can stack up on them. But anyway, I'll use that mic. I got this little Indian bag. It looks like maybe it was a pair of sunglasses or something. Not quite the size of a goggle. And anyway, I just threw the mic in there with that. So on the box it lists the specs. It shows that the receiver in each of the transmitters, or the Mic Mini transmitter, the mic itself, are supposed to last 10 hours. But I think I was watching a bunch of reviews and people were getting 11 hours out of them. And I think that's about what I've been getting, is about 11. But they're both the mics, according to the specs, and the receiver is supposed to be 10 hours. But with the case, you can get 48 hours. So yeah, that's a lot of charging power that's in that little clamshell case. So you can get a total of 48 hours of battery life at 10 hours a piece. And of course, you know, they charge so fast. When we'd stop for any kind of, you know, anything more than a quick break, gas, something like that, I just pop the mics off and the receiver off and boop, stick it in the case, and I mean, boom, they're back up. They charge quick. And little tiny batteries, I'm surprised they last as long as they do. I haven't seen the specs on the 2S. I'd really be concerned about the 2S. There's the Mic Mini 2, Mic Mini 2S. They were thinking about calling it something else, but I was too close to the Mic 3, which is their for a little mic. That's kind of their flagship thing for, you know, little small mics for vlogging and stuff. Incredible microphone. Jeez, really nice. And but anyway, and they're just barely bigger than the Mic Mini, but easily 2.5 times the price, maybe. But they have internal a recording in 32-bit, so it'll save those 32-bit lossless files, basically. And the new Mic Mini 2S it doesn't have quite as much memory, but it has 32-bit backup recording, and it has the haptic feedback. That's the one thing with the minis drives me nuts. I have to look at them. I used the 3s for quite a while, and I think the Mic 2s, which are much bigger. I mean, you can stack 2 Mic 3s together, and I don't think it's still as big as a Mic 2, but you know, as technology comes along, they can make things super small. But the Mic 3s are only good for, I think, 6.5, 7 hours, and then with the backup recording, or maybe it's 8 hours, and it's like 6.5 hours if you have the backup recording going on. But my question is, the new Mic Mini 2S that has a 32-bit backup, how long do they last? That's one of the magic things with the Mic Minis, and they work so well, is the crazy, I mean, you got 10 hours. And like I say, if you stop somewhere for lunch or whatever, it takes 2 seconds and bloop, 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 throw the 3 pieces in the little brick. The brick's small enough you can stick in your pocket, or just lock it up in one of your trunks or bags or something. It's magical. You can go for days with those things. But anyway, that was some of the stuff we missed when the Lightning Pro thing alerted me of lightning strikes nearby work. Oh, they must be down here. I heard kids. That's cool. Haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, definitely heard kids. Gates open. They're definitely down there. Oh, I got something to show you from yesterday, from where that board is on the tree. Something ran across the road right in front of us, went into them bushes, and I seen what it was. I'm trying to keep Sasha away. So finally I get her pulled away, and then I hear crackling down there. It had moved. It was on that little frontage road. I'll throw that little clip in right now, as bad as it is, because Sasha is still freaking out. And when you zoom, well, if you ever zoom the camera, you can't move at all. It takes you a bit just to steady up, just to get the shot at all. But when you got a dog yanking on you, no, drop it. Good girl. It's something that is no longer with us, and I gotta pay attention to it every time we walk by there. For some reason, it goes right in the mouth, but she knows to let go. But yeah, that's cool. Here comes this little clip. Skunk sitting right there. I can make that out. He just come walking across the road right in front of us. He's staring at me. Look at that tail in the air. Sasha, you don't want any part of that. Sasha, you know how hard it is to hold a camera still when you're doing that? They sure are pretty son of a guns, aren't they? Yeah, there you go. Oh, there he goes. Alright. That's enough of that. You don't want anything to do with that, Shishi. Come on. You'll be spending many nights outside until that clears up. That's Sasha, I'm here to tell you. She was all about going to that skunk. That skunk had its tail just straight up in the air. I'm sure I scared it because I seen something move and I could see something dark. I got up to it and go, oh, there's the skunk. It was hard to, I wasn't getting any closer with that tall grass. It was hard to get a clear shot of him, but if you look close, you'll see it. Crazy old skunks. They're so pretty. I've seen people that have them as pets, and they're just so friendly. They make a great pet, but you gotta, what do they call it, deglan them, or I don't know. I have no idea. Do you train them so that you're not a threat to them, and you don't get the juice? Why, definitely. Milo, who was the father that kind of started all this thing, he was half Siberian Husky, and which was our dog Sheba, and half full-blooded German Shepherd. So we got some interesting puppies out of that. He lived for 11 and a half years, and he was a good dog. He was a great dog. And as it turns out, he had German Shepherd colors, but had the fur like a Siberian Husky, even the curled up tail and stuff. And he was a nut. He was a really, really good dog. But the Siberian Husky part of him, you rarely see Huskies that can roam free. I mean, you can have them without a leash and they'll listen to you, but if you're not home, you can't let them out, because two things: they wander off, and I think there's something in them that they don't know to pay attention to where they've gone and smell their way back. They get lost. The reason I tell you this story is we still had Milo when we moved here, and he'd get loose and he'd get found, and every time he had a face full of porcupine quills, and he'd been sprayed by a skunk. So, oh man, if you've never smelt skunk, when you do, you'll never forget it. And if you have, and it's been a while, you still don't forget it. Oh. Alright, enough chatting. I'm rattling on. She's doing good. She's not stopping every five. I had to say something. Every 5 seconds and smelling. Yeah, you even let my heart get up there a little bit there, Sasha. Even though we're not going very fast. She goes really slow when it's warm. If you had all that fur on you, you would too. But anyway, I'm gonna roll out, go to the goodbye vlog. Hope I didn't bend your ear too much. Like my mom used to say, she'd say, "Boy, I can tell you're from the Smoak family." I go, "How's that, Mama?" He goes, "You can talk the head off a crutch." One of the little Irish sayings. Like my granddad, on the Smoak side, he'd always say that, "God, son," he goes, "that thing will live forever and turn into something good to eat." I mean, you never tell me exactly what exactly does that mean, Grandpa? He goes, "You'll figure it out." Alright, I'm gonna roll. The wind's kicking in. hello there, YouTube. It wasn't that bad. We had to ride with the windows down, so it's just incredibly loud.
Yes.
But the heat wasn't too terribly bad. But not cool enough you could roll any part of the window up.
No, had to leave them down.
Yeah. So, a big old storm out there to the east. That one that we seen there at work, it's wrapping around the backside of Mount St. Helens, so we're actually closer to it now than we were at work. So that's kind of wild. We're actually on the other side of St. Helens from work. I keep getting the lightning things going off, lightning pro, whatever. It's really loud when you hear the alarm go off.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, made it through hump day. Now we got 2 more to go, and the weekend comes. And then the weekend goes like that.
Yes, it does. That little booger goes fast.
Yeah. You got any plans or projects? Whoop,
Yeah.
day's gone. But anyway, hope you guys had a great day. I had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Mom seems like it wasn't too terribly busy up there. She had a good day.
Yeah.
On that, we're gonna roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Bye-bye now. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.